diversify is one of the first lessons you learn as an investor. But then if you have all of your investments managed by, middle-aged white bald males, it's not going to really do the trick. How do you approach this problem? And I think you go a step further than just having female-managed ETFs.
We've been working on this issue for 3 years. We launched Empower September 8th and 9th, and to send a message to the industry, we launched 10 funds in 2 days on both sides of the border with unbelievable help, others lining up to support diversity. The challenge is that we have a disclosure industry where no one is required to report who's managing the money under the hood. We're great at getting after performance and understanding all of the widgets inside of a fund, but not who's running it. And so this continues on.
And so we're talking on an ETF show, but I feel like we should acknowledge that there's other types of fund structures out there. When you think about mutual funds, for example, why did you choose to go this route through ETFs specifically?
ETFs, as you well know, are the fastest growing investment vehicle in the world, and these women managers who are very experienced deserve an opportunity to scale. Of all of the active and passive strategies out there, there are 10,000 strategies according to Morningstar. Less than 2% are actually managed by women. So yes, 11% may be fund managers, 2% of the strategies, and less than 5% of the assets. So the problem gets worse the deeper you look at it.
So yes, ETFs are where everybody's fishing, right? So you got to go to where the fish are biting. I understand your move into this structure. That said, these investors love cheap, right? These funds are priced at 95 basis points, which in the mutual fund world is about average. But now you've got Avantis, DFA, many active managers, JP Morgan coming in pretty cheap. I guess, what's your plan to combat that objection with the cost? I know they're concentrated, but still, I think you might hear some of that.
They're all active strategies. They all have a sustainability overlay, and we are intending on lowering that as soon as these ETFs can pay their own rent. We launched 10 ETFs at one time, and we're a small business. We're doing it to encourage industry adoption of women portfolio managers. We're just a small player in the game. But if we can encourage others, ever since we launched, women have been reaching out to me from Europe, Israel, Canada, and they had just given up hope, stopped reporting to institutional databases. So we are creating an opportunity for them, and sustainability is not inexpensive if you're doing it properly. We're looking for more than 2 token women directors. We're looking for women in senior management. We have a great risk overlay. We think it's the prudent way to do this.
So how has the reception been, and what's the curve look like in terms of what you're looking for?
Well, I think the help that you're giving us here today could give us a trajectory. It's been slow start emotionally with industry support, tremendous industry support, and shocking. I've had a pension plan call me and ask if this was legal. I've had people call and ask, is there any way that they can make their own ETF, how to get on the platform? So we've been overrun actually with people that are so shocked that this has occurred. We were at a conference recently with a banner stand of all the women portfolio managers, and we've had female advisors coming, standing in front of that, taking selfies so that they can say, I never thought I'd see the day that this would happen.
And we don't have much time left, but I am curious, you mentioned that, once these ETFs can pay their own rent, you will lower fees. Before we let you go, what is the sort of break-even rate there?
Around 30 million, you can run a fund if you're willing to run small funds, and they can cover their costs. The industry issue is disclosure, and more firms have to self-report. Right now, less than 8% of firms report to Morningstar. So that data that you showed, that's just based on self-reported numbers. We need everyone to bring it back to the investor. Investors deserve an opportunity to have more women managing funds. The talent pool is broad, and then they need to require disclosure so that they know who's running the money.